Welcome everyone. My name is Francia. Today's class is, what are we doing today? Tuesday. Oh, vinyasa flow. Get my brain together. Okay, so we're gonna do a nice gentle vinyasa flow. Gentle in some ways, but you know, we always challenge ourselves. Always to take inventory of your body, notice what something doesn't feel right. If something's feeling a little bit too difficult, you can always back off. And remember, I always give you guys options on how to modify and make things easier. So we're gonna start in a comfortable seated position. And again, you can use something underneath the hips, like a bolster or a cushion or a block to elevate the hips and allow the knees to come down. At this point, you want to draw in through the lower belly and lift up through the rib cage. And this creates a nice, long, extended spine. So then the shoulders can relax down and we can gently bring the chin down towards the chest, kind of let the back of the neck lengthen a little bit and just start to come into breath. Start to kind of slow down the movement of the mind, the movement of the breath, and settle into whatever sensations your body is feeling at this moment. Allowing the breath to move very easily and effortlessly through the nostrils and follow it all the way in as the chest, the lungs, and the belly expand, and all the way out. As the body seems to contract in some ways, releasing the last bit of air. Again, inhale. And exhale. Once more, deep breath in, grounding your energy, feeling settled. Exhale. And continuing to breathe naturally now, not drawing the breath in too deeply or releasing too slowly, just your natural pace. Practice a few rounds of breathing here with your natural form of breathing. Observe tension you may be holding in your jaw or shoulders and see if you can relax. Make a conscious effort to release tension. And with the next exhale breath, we'll draw the palms together at the center of the heart, symbolizing that union of body, mind, and spirit. Maybe give yourself the opportunity to set an intention for your practice today. Perhaps a dedication to someone that might need a little extra love today. Maybe that someone is yourself. And we'll open the sacred space of our practice with one sound, Om. Exhale the breath away and inhale for Om. Gently release the hands down towards the knees and let's start to bring the chin down towards the chest. Allowing the nervous system to settle and feeling ourselves completely grounded and rooted and also completely present. Gently blink the eyes open, inhale, lift the chin and roll the shoulders back. Good. Okay, from this grounded position, let's inhale, lift up, gaze up towards thumbs. So we want to keep that extension of the body as we press down through the hips and the sits bones. The palms can come together or you can keep the arms apart, but try to gaze up. So open up through the throat, lift up through the rib cage, keep extending, lengthening. And then exhale, let's go ahead and rotate to either side, left or right. And then as we exhale, let's come into a twist. So now the front arm to the knee, back arm behind, looking over back shoulder. Feel your body, feel your spine, go as deep as your body allows. If you want to go for a little extra, you can bring that back hand towards your right thigh or your opposite thigh. As you look back, strong, steady breath, inhale. And exhale, slowly release the hand if you have the bind. Inhale, lift up again, palms together, gazing up towards thumbs, extend. Notice here the sides, how they differ from one another. And then exhale, let's do the other side. So then twist the other direction, using your front arm as leverage, your back arm as a second spine to rotate and twist. Looking over that back shoulder. If you feel okay, take that up hand behind you and grab onto your opposite thigh. Opening through the chest, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Navita, you take it easy because we want to make sure that baby doesn't get too twisted up in there. And then inhale, slowly come back to center. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Okay, side bending, right arm down, left arm up. Extend up and over. Keep your left hip down towards the floor, maybe gaze up towards sky. If you feel like you have some extra movement here, you can slide that hand away, bend through the elbow, go a little deeper. The closer the hand is to your body, the more supported this feels. So you want to feel the side stretch without making it too difficult. We're just warming up here. Inhale, slowly come back to center. And we'll do the other side. Exhale, take it up and over. And find your depth here, however deep you want to go. The elbow can come to a block or to the floor. Open your chest as you rotate your chest up. Reach through the fingertips. Feel this in your shoulder and deltoid of the upper arm. Keep pressing your right hip down, right knee down. Extend. And inhale, slowly come up. Good. Exhale, arms down and roll the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's make our way onto a kneeling position. So now we don't need our seating prop anymore, or you can move that out of the way. So coming onto hands and knees, we'll start here in our hands and knees plank. Fan out and protract through shoulders, and let's start to move the weight forward and back a little bit, just warming up the wrists. Whenever we do stuff on our wrists, we want to make sure that the wrists feel capable of holding our weight. So just a little forward and back. And we're going to start with some easy spinal flexions and rotation. So inhale, lift the chest, coming into your cow pose, shoulders back. Exhale, curl it under. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl it under. Strong arms, strong fingers. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl it under. And then we're going to add a little bit of forward and back with this. So as we come into the inhale, start to lean forward, soften your elbows, like you're almost like you're coming into a chaturanga. And then inhale, lift the chest and kind of wave yourself up. As you exhale, start to bring your hips back, tuck your tailbone under, and start to feel yourself kind of coming into a child's pose. Not all the way down, just a little bit. Draw in through the lower belly. Inhale, soften the elbows, and then wave your way through, back up to cow. Exhale, round and press your hips back like you're going into child's pose, but not quite, staying a little bit lifted. Soften through elbows, and just roll through a couple of times here. Really feeling the connection with your own body, allowing yourself to just move into it as easily and comfortably as is possible for you. And if you wanted to add any extra movements, you're welcome to. This little wave using the inhale to lift, the exhale to curl back. Let's do one more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to curl back. And then this time sit all the way to the heels, extend the arms forward. You can separate your knees or keep them hip width apart, forehead to the floor. Find your child's pose. Good. Couple of breaths here. One more deep inhale. Slow, gentle exhale. And we'll slowly make our way back to tabletop position. All right, so we're gonna move into our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes under, lift the knees up just ever so slightly. Find yourself here in this gentle hover. Gentle is a funny word, right? Because it doesn't have to feel easy to be gentle, meaning you don't wanna have too much effort or force. If it's too much, you can just bring one knee down and then the other knee down and see what you can feel. But allow yourself to be here for just a few more breaths. Contracting through shoulders, engaging here, toes are still tucked under, knees are hovering off the floor, and exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. So as we find our downward facing dog, maybe separate your feet hip width or walk them in ever so slightly. Pedal out the legs, bend and straighten, take your dog for a walk. Keep moving through the hips. Allow your chest to move towards your thighs, creating that opening in the shoulders. So move the shoulder blades away from each other, like you want to wrap them around your armpits. Keep engaging into the rib cage, reaching the tailbone up and back. Steady, easy breathing. Couple more breaths here. And we're going to go into that similar to that wave that we did on our knees. You can also repeat it on the knees, but we're going to try from downward facing dog. So as we inhale, we look forward. We come forward to a plank. We soften through the knees. Inhale, lift up to upward facing. Shoulders go back, open the chest. Exhale, curl it under, downward facing. So it's a similar wave, a little bit different. You can also rest the knees to the floor. So again, look forward. Start to come up high on your toes, soften your elbows in, soften your knees, inhale, upward facing dog, chin up, exhale, curl over your toes, downward facing dog. Reach the tailbone back, lengthen the spine. One more time, inhale, tip of your toes, look forward, soften through your elbows, soften through your knees, lengthen up, come to upward facing, exhale, curl it over the toes, downward facing dog. And hold it there once more. Just be here, be stable. Deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. One more breath, strong fingers, strong knuckles. And then inhale, looking forward between the hands, walk or step your feet about halfway up your mat. Separate your feet hip width or wider if you need to. And then keep your fingertips either on the floor, or you can bring your hands to blocks, or you can have your palms down. Soften your knees for a moment here to kind of come into a little bit of a squat. Good. And then hold on to the opposite elbows. Let your elbows hang. Imagine there's magnets, the ends of your elbows, and you're pulling them down towards the feet. As you exhale, release the head. And then with your breath, try to reach your tailbone up and straighten through your legs. Roll the weight forward to the balls of your feet. Good. Deep stretch here through the posterior chain of the body. So all the way from the heels, up through the backs of the legs, into the glutes, into the lower back, middle and upper back, all the way to your cervical spine, the neck. So then your head hangs heavy, like a nice ripe mango hanging off a tree. Good. Roll the weight forward and keep contracting through quadriceps. Try to straighten those legs. All right, try again, David. Good job. Good. And then slowly inhale, release the fingertips, lengthen up through the spine. This is our halfway lift, or Ardha Uttanasana. So in this halfway lift, you want to really feel extension through the spine. You want to engage slightly so that the rib cage can open and lift. And then here, exhale, fold with that lift in mind. So fold with that extension in mind. Maybe you can't go too deep, that's okay. Just go where your body allows. Inhale again, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward. So now we're really using the movement to find deepening of flexibility in the legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, come to the fingertips, lengthen spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold freely. Let your head hang, let your hands rest on the floor. Try not to engage into your arms. Roll the weight forward to balls of your feet. And then walk your hands forward once more. Walk the feet forward once more. And then draw in through belly as you roll yourself up to standing. Take your time. There is no rush here to go all the way up to standing. Let the head be the last thing that comes up. Once the shoulders roll back, the head lifts. We find ourselves in mountain pose. Okay. Separate your feet. Normally we do the feet together. We're going to separate them hip width and feel really grounded through the feet. So roll the weight forward a little bit from the balls of the feet, the toes, the heels, arms down by your sides, palms face forward. Reach up to the rib cage, and there's a slight tuck under of the tailbone. So you're not arching in your back. You're actually trying to find the center line, right in the middle line of your body. Legs are engaged, arms are engaged, and your gaze is down through the tip of your nose somewhere on the floor. Take a couple breaths here. Feel yourself stable and rooted. We're going to start with Surya Namaskara. A. Inhale, raise the arms. Look up towards palms, shoulders down and away. Exhale, soften knees, soften elbows, fold forward. Down to your Uttanasana, head relaxes. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lifting halfway, extending the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands on the floor, and then easy step or walk your feet back to a high plank. So if you are modifying, just bring your knees to the floor. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Rolling over the toes, shoulders roll back, chest lifts, draw in through belly, and then chin up, look at the tip of your nose. Exhale, downward facing. Roll over the toes, try to move with as much control as you can muster here. So even though things may kind of feel like they're not flowing smoothly, allow your breath to connect one posture to the other. That is your connection, your line of connection there, the breath, the inhale, the exhale, moving you through. Stabilize here. If you get tired in your downward facing dog, you need a break, just come to your child's pose and you can rest there for the completion of the posture. One more breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, looking forward between the hands. Easy tiptoe, step, or walk your feet forward. Remember, we've talked about the tiptoeing. It's nice because you get to really engage into the arms, the shoulders. So once your feet are back to the front, let's bring them together this time. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, soften your knees, round your back a little bit, and then lead with your arms. Let your arms come up first, extend all the way up, palms together, look at thumbs. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Good. One more. Inhale, arms up. Feeling the warm up here. Exhale, forward fold. Gently and slowly hinging from hips, coming down, head relaxes. Inhaling, lifting halfway, extending the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, easy step or walk, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana from the knees or from the toes. Inhale, cobra pose or upward facing dog, opening heart, lifting chest, gazing to tip of nose. Exhale, downward facing dog, and hold there and breathe. Our Surya Namaskar, both A and B, we'll do B next. The intention is to warm up the entirety of the body. Every muscle, every ligament, every tendon of the body starts to feel the heat building up within. Saluting the sun, saluting the warmth, the masculine energy that lies within us. Allow yourself to feel completely at ease in your downward facing dog, even though it might be difficult to hold. Let's do one more breath. Inhale. Heels pressing down towards the earth, tailbone reaching up, exhale. And then next inhale, breath looking forward. Again, tiptoe, walk, or simply step your feet to the top of your mat. Take your time though, don't rush. Inhale, extending, exhaling, folding. Inhaling, softening through knees. Let your arms lead the way. Open the chest, gazing up towards thumbs, palms together. Exhale, arms down. Good. All right, we're only doing one B. Here we go. Bend your knees. Reach your fingertips down towards the floor. They don't have to touch. Just reach them in that direction. Inhale, lift the chest. Keep the knees bent. Look up towards thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Over your legs, hips up to the sky, head towards the earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, if you want to try a little jump, you can give that a try. Palms down and then hop your feet back to your high plank. From there, Chaturanga or knees down, chest down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, your choice. Chin up, look at tip of nose. Exhale, downward facing. Right away, plant your left heel down on the floor and bring your right foot forward. Great big step all the way between your hands. Bring your hips down and then use your inhale to rise up. Palms together, look at thumbs. Exhale, hands all the way down. Right foot back. I'll give you an option if you want to make it a challenge. Keep the right leg lifted as you lower down. You can also just bring that foot to the floor. Inhale, arms or come up to upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Good. Again, try to flow and move with control. Let's do the other side. Right heel pivots down. Left foot, step it forward. Great big step. Sit down into the hips. Inhale. Rise up. Use your back leg strong, pressing into the floor, palms together, elbows towards each other. Exhale, hands come down. Take that left foot back, keep it down or keep it lifted, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And hold here and breathe. Steady, easy breathing. Lengthen the depth of your inhale. Lengthen the depth of your exhale. Remember that the breath is under your control. You are able to manipulate the breath in however you feel you need to. And this leads to you being able to control a lot of the emotions and sensations that rise up within the body. The breath feeds into the thoughts feeds into the physical body, all interacting with each other. So if you are capable of finding some control within that, it is always going to be within your breath. Thoughts cannot be controlled. They will be happening no matter what you want or think you want. But your breath, you can. Deepen the inhale. Slow down the exhale. Good. And then looking forward between the hands. Again, you can step, walk, or you can try jumping. When you jump, you want to kind of use your legs as a little propulsion movement to hop your feet forward. Once you're there, extend the spine, and then exhale, fold once more. Inhale, bend your knees to come into Utkatasana, our chair pose. Lift the chest, look towards thumbs, and exhale, back to center. Good. All right. Warm. I see you guys sweating. One more. Okay, David. Where are you? All right, there you are. Get back on your mat. Here we go. Inhale, bend your knees. I see you. Arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Hinging from hips, head relaxes. Inhale, lift halfway, create space. Exhale, bend your knees, step or jump. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Inhale, upward facing, opening heart, lifting chest. Exhale, downward facing. Left heel pivots in, right foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Use that breath to lift you. Exhale, hands back down. Right foot steps back, same exhale breath, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Flow with ease. Exhale, downward facing. Right heel pivots in, left foot steps forward. Inhale, rise up. Use that breath. Take the time to use the breath control. Exhale, hands come down. Left foot back. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Opening heart, lifting chest. Exhale, downward facing. Let's hold here, you guys. Steady breathing. Hold here. Steady, calm breath. Check in with the quality of the mind, the thoughts, the emotions, the feelings that may be coming up. Try not to let anything throw you off this equanimous state. Just observe. Our yoga mats become our lab where we can experience and observe and notice. This is the work we put in. Feel yourself completely present. And next inhale breath, looking forward. You can step, you can walk, or you can jump. Lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Woo, good job. Okay, let's go ahead and start with our first sequence. We're gonna open the legs pretty wide so that the toes are hanging off the mat and the heels are still on the mat. From here, we're gonna bend the knees and kind of move the hips side to side, let the feet lift. Use your sense of awareness, of body awareness, to either move side to side or front or back. And then as you feel ready, maybe come down so that your elbows can rest on the thighs, keeping the knees kind of open over the toes. And you can stay here if that feels okay. You can bring your hands to the floor, and in the same way, maybe rock yourself side to side, feeling into your hips. Continue to move down, maybe lifting one heel, lifting the other, adjusting through your feet until you're able to come all the way down into your squat. Good. Davita's ready. You got a good squat, girl. She's got, I wish I could turn this camera around so you could see Davita's squat. Making me look bad over here. All right. So once we're in our squat, if this is hard, you can also place a block underneath your hips to help support your hips. I know, but you know, we're gonna be here a little bit of time, so you decide. Use your elbows inside your knees and lift your chest up. Try to find length in your spine, shoulders back and down. Good, steady breathing, good. I like it. Rebecca stacked her blocks. Smart girl, smart girl. All right, so we're just gonna be here for a few more moments. Allow yourself to kind of find that sense of inner awareness. What parts of your body are calling for your attention? It's not just one, I guarantee you. So see if you can scan through. Maybe the inner thighs, maybe the hips, maybe the knees, the ankles, maybe somewhere in your back. Scan through, see what you find. Calm, steady breathing. Soften into the discomfort without too much struggle. And then as we exhale, let's go ahead and release the hands to the floor, and we're gonna tip our weight forward, almost like we want the heels to come off. You might need to readjust your feet. And then allow yourself to kind of sink through. Imagine your elbows one day touching the floor. Really round your back. Tuck under through your tailbone, tuck your chin under, and create as little space as you can. Really making yourself very, very, very small. And then inhale, plant the hands on the floor. You can come up onto the toes, lift the heels, lift the hips, slide the feet parallel to each other. Forward fold, hands behind the calves. Let your body release. Maybe move your body through your legs as best as possible. Your feet are pretty wide here, maybe even wider than your hips, probably as wide as your mat. And then inhale, lift the chest. We're gonna go for some side twist. Right hand on the block or on the floor, left arm up and away, opening the chest. Try to keep your hips square. So if you don't twist, gentle this. Yeah, exactly, don't go too deep. And then if you like, you can take that left arm around, bring it to the right thigh. See how that feels, find your bind. And then exhale, release, come to center. We'll do the other side. Inhale, right arm up. Find your rotation. Your gaze can be down to the floor, to the side, or up towards your lifted arm. Press strong through your standing arm and roll the weight forward slightly to the balls of your feet. Right hand can come around. Find your half bind. Keep the rotation nice and steady. And then exhale, release, and come back down. Okay, we're gonna do one more squat so that we can do the next pose. So open the toes, settle the hips down onto your double blocks or single blocks, and then wiggle yourself in. Once you're settled, inhale, lift the chest, and extend the spine. Good, very nice. So the toes ideally are pointed more forward than out to the side. So if that's possible for you, maybe readjust your toes ever so slightly. Mine didn't go very far. But if yours can, give that a try and see what happens. Lift the chest, shoulders open up and away. Good. This is going to feel really important when we go into this next posture. So let's just hold one more breath. Lift and extend. Exhale, hands down. Make yourself really tiny. Wrap yourself inside here. So tuck the chin under, tuck the tailbone under. Bring the elbows towards the earth.
You can even rock yourself forward and back ever so slightly to really feel the roundness of the back. And then inhale, press into the hands, lift the hips up using the strength of the legs, toes point in towards the front of your mat. Exhale, fold deeply, grab a hold of your calves or ankles and pull yourself through. Maybe going a little deeper than before, try to take your head all the way through your calves. On the other side, steady breathing, good. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hands to floor. Okay, so here's this posture we're gonna try. We're gonna bend the right knee, and we're gonna take that right hand underneath the right knee and towards the right hip. Let me turn this way. So bend the right knee, so everything kind of leans. Right arm underneath and towards the right hip. So then that right hand is up by your right waist, right hip, whatever that is. And then you can take your left arm around and see if you can connect your fingers or you grab a hold of your wrist. So Evita, you're gonna stay here because this is as deep as I want you to go. But for everyone else, try to straighten your right leg and reach down, top of the head down, and then open your chest, look up over left shoulder. Stay there, 1. Roll the weight forward to balls of your feet, 2. Keep twisting, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale back to center. Everybody come back, bending that right knee, releasing the arms. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale there, and then we'll do the other side. I'll turn the other way now. So then again, bending through the left knee this time. So you're leaning your weight to the left. Left arm comes underneath. So you want to clear your shoulder if you can. Rotate, internal rotation of that left shoulder to bring your left hand towards your left hip. So there's going to feel a little bit of a pull here in the deltoid. Be gentle. Right arm comes around and see if you can find your fingers or your hands or your wrists. So if you're pregnant, you're staying here. If you're not pregnant, go ahead and straighten that left leg. And move your chest. So rotate your torso to look up over your right shoulder. Calm the breathing. Settle in. Just because things are difficult doesn't mean we should avoid or not do them at all. Well, how does your body react when faced with difficulty? Take this as a teaching tool. Allow yourself to be in the posture in spite of the difficulty of the challenge it may pose. Steady, easy breathing, 4. Keep rotating your chest, straightening through the legs, rolling the weight forward to balls of your feet. And 5. Exhale back through to center, back to the bent knee situation, releasing the arms, hands in front. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, plant your hands down and walk your feet back to your high plank. Finding ourselves in high plank here. You have options for your side planks to either do it on your toes or to bring your knee down. So you can choose. For the first one, I'll show the knee down, and then for the second one, I'll show without the knee down. So right knee would come down if you're gonna try that, but you don't have to. You can keep both legs straight. And then left arm up towards the ceiling. So this is our side plank here. If you feel comfortable and you have your knee down, let's give you an option to reach that left arm up and over the head, but keep your left foot planted. Don't take it up off the floor. Keep stretching through that left hip flexor. And then inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left arm down. A little yoga push-up here. This is what the yoga push-ups look like. They're very funky. You bring your knees down, and then you're gonna come forward, and then take the forehead to the floor, and push right back up. And then back to high plank. Let's do the other side. Left knee comes down, right foot pivots, right arm up. Staying here for a few breaths. Finding that openness from one palm, the right palm and fingertips, all the way through the arm, through the chest, to your standing arm. If you feel good, he'll give you the option to reach that right arm up overhead and feel that nice length through the right side of the body. One more breath, inhale. Keep pulling the right shoulder back, so you're rotating your chest. Stay grounded through your left knee. Exhale, everybody come back. Right hand down. Find your high plank first. Engage your shoulders, knees down, yoga push-up. Forehead down, Come back up. Good. Second set, if you want to do legs straight, you can, or you can go back to knees bent, or right knee on the floor, I mean. And then left arm up. You choose. Reach out to the left fingertips. Strong right arm supporting you. This time, if your legs are straight, try lifting your left leg off the floor. See if you can balance. Steady breathing. Exhale, left leg down. Your left hand down. Yoga push-up with control. This helps us for our chaturanga. Inhale, come up, and we'll do the other side. So then you would turn your left knee to the floor if you're modifying, or just pivot onto your left foot. Right arm up. Find your length. Engage here. Keep lengthening to the fingertips. Strong left shoulder, strong left arm. And if your legs are straight, try lifting your right foot. See what happens. Keep pressing through that right heel so that you're strong through the right leg. Exhale down, right hand down. Yoga push-up. Come back up. And then exhale, sit all the way back to your child's pose. You can widen the knees, let your body sink through the legs, forehead to the floor. Arms can extend forward. Calm, steady breathing. We're going to practice down puppy next. We're going to do 2 different versions of down puppy. And this is a shoulder opener, but it also gets us ready for our back bending, which will be the peak of our practice. So for the first down puppy, no props, just hands and knees. Make sure that the hips don't come forward like we would in a plank, and don't go back like we would in a downward or in a child's pose. So you want to keep the hips stacked over the knees as best as you can. Bring your thumbs together and then slide your hands forward and take your forehead to the floor. Once your forehead is on the floor, then you can adjust. You can maybe bring the hips back or bring the knees forward or back. You can kind of feel yourself adjusting here. If your forehead on the floor is easy, you can take your chin to the floor or even your chest to the floor if that's accessible for you. Now, last thing to intensify this posture, if you'd like, come to your fingertips. The arms are straight and there's no bend in the elbows. The more you can move your chin away from your chest, the deeper this is going to feel, and the better stretch for the throat, compression in the back of the neck for the opening of the front body. Steady breathing. The tops of your feet are planted down and the toes and heels are touching. The knees are together. One more breath, inhale. And then exhale, release the palms down, lift the head, walk the hands back in. And again, child's pose, rest the shoulders. Bring the hands by the feet this time, forehead to the floor. For our second version, I'll give you the option to use a prop, only if you wish. If you felt like that was hard enough, just repeat it. So version number 2, you're gonna grab your block and we're gonna bring the hands to the block so the thumbs are together. Remember, you can just do this on the floor. And then the same way as we did before, we're gonna slide that block forward, keeping the hips back over the heels or over the, not the heels, the knees. And then settle yourself through. Forehead may or may not touch the floor. So this is a little deeper than the first one. If it's too much, just release the block, bring your hands to the floor and come to your fingertips or palms flat. If the forehead is down, try to bring the chin away from the chest, moving the chest towards the earth. Steady breathing. Calm, easy breathing. It's normal to shake a little bit and to feel, all kinds of sensations in the shoulders, in the back. So just feel them. As long as it's not painful, you're okay. Calm, easy inhale. Slow, gentle exhale. Try to straighten through your elbows. If you bend your elbows, you're taking the movement out of the shoulders. And then one more breath, inhale. Exhale, slowly lift the head. You can come off the block, walk your hands back, and back to child's pose. Relax, let it go. And inhale, slowly lift up. Good job. Okay, now that the shoulders are nice and open, we're gonna move into back bending. So let's try Lolasana real quick, just because we're not doing much core strength here, so we're gonna work on this. Keep your feet down, don't lift your feet, okay? Everyone else, we're gonna try to lift our feet. So lifting up into the knees. It's important that the knees are forward of your hands for this. If your hands are too far forward and you just lift up like this, you're doing something. I mean, something's happening, but you want to kind of feel that push up. So you're actually like physically lifting your body off the floor, and then try to lift one foot up. Try to lift the other foot up. See what happens. Give it a shot. Don't leave me hanging here, girls. Come on. You can also use your blocks. Thank you, Rebecca, for reminding me. If you have blocks, you can use your blocks here, and it's actually a lot easier with the blocks. You can try. Rebecca's like, yeah, right. Yeah, good. Try one foot. Other foot, Allison. Try one foot, then the other foot. Yes, good. Very nice. All right. David, did you do it? Thumbs up if you did it. No, he's like, no. Okay, good. Now we're gonna cross our feet, come through. So cross your ankles behind you. It's the same idea. We're gonna lift up and then just kind of elegantly struggle to get the feet through and come to seated. If that doesn't work, just go on to your side and come to seated. It's okay. There you go. Yeah, take it easy. All right, we're gonna set up for back bending. We're gonna start with the block at the middle level and the other one at the high level. So it's like the staircase behind us. This block, the middle one, is going to go right between our shoulder blades, and the other one gets to hold up our head. Oh, heaven. We're going to be here for a few moments. So set yourself up comfortably. I'll look around, make sure you all look good. Yeah, that's good, Allison. Looks good. There you go. And then use the other one to hold up your head at your shoulder blades, not lower, not higher. Ooh, good. You should feel comfortable here. This should not feel like a struggle. We already did that with Lolasana. That's the struggle for today. So just close your eyes, let your shoulders open out, let your legs relax. They don't have to be firm or grounded. They can just be soft. Shavasana legs. And start to feel here in this heart opener, what emotions rise up. Each asana has a different feeling within the body. And it's going to depend every day you show up on your mat, things are going to be a little bit different. The conditions of your practice change day by day. So observe. If it feels like it's too much, you're feeling like it's a struggle, you can use a bolster to just lean back on and make that be a little bit more comfortable. This is a little bit more intense. Calm, steady breathing. Another deep inhale. Slow, gentle exhale. Try to relax into it. There's going to be tension. Feel the points of contact your body's making with the blocks. And see if you can soften there. Don't be so rigid. Don't press down. But almost feel like you're floating. Be light, airy. Keep the breath moving steady. Try not to hold your breath. Good. And then deep inhale, we're gonna see if we can intensify this reclined supported back bend. You can always memorize what you're doing now. You can always come back to this if the second version doesn't suit you. So we're gonna bend the knees, grab a hold of your thighs, lift your head off that back block, just tuck your chin towards your chest. Avita, just roll over to your side, honey. You don't have to worry about lifting like this. Okay. Yeah, just kind of roll up or come up however it's comfortable for you. Yeah, there you go. Good. Yeah, and then the rest of us use our core to come up. Good. All right, so the second one, we're gonna reverse it. We're gonna make this the high one and this the low one. It can feel very intense at first. So give it a try. You might be like, it's not gonna happen. It won't work. You never know until you try. So this high one that is now gonna go in between the shoulder blades, get set up there. Okay, so then now you start to feel like, oh, okay, well, not so bad. right? And then you reach back and you grab your other block. And what I like to do is I like to place it in the back of my head because that's where I want it to go. And then gently bring it down to the floor. So now it's on the floor. This is a deep, open heart posture. And if you have your eyes open, it can help you feel grounded. If you close your eyes, it can be very intense. So you get to decide here if you wanted to try this with the blocks reversed, or if you wanted to try the same one we did before. I'm gonna help you, Allison, because you're really close. All right, so you guys set up. You know what? Use your hair. Oh, that's just a trick. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, that gives you a couple inches. Yeah, there you go. You too, use your hair. Because your hair gives you an extra little padding. See, that's right? What do the guys do? Okay, so you are really far off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it this way. And we're gonna do two like this. How's that? Okay, yeah. Is that better? Yeah. Yeah, good, okay. The other option would be to stack two of them, but I think that looks good. All right, let me see you guys. David, how's it looking? Not so good, huh? If you were here, I'd help you because all the three girls are in it. But try the first one if that second one doesn't suit you. All right, and we're gonna just be here. Find the comfort, the ease within the discomfort, the struggle. Where's my other book? Find the ease within the difficulty. It's always about kind of creating that happy medium, that happy intermediary place. And sometimes the longer we hold, the easier the posture seems to feel, and the less difficult, the less harsh. But sometimes it's the other way around. So if you feel like you need to come out before I cue, by all means, just roll over to your side or come out however which way is comfortable for you. But if you're starting to feel the ease rise up within the body, and stay here for a few more moments. Surrendering to what is, never fighting with your body, never judging, actually becoming very grateful. Thank you, body. You are amazing. The things that you do, even though I don't treat you so well sometimes, you're always there to support me. You're always there to heal, to protect me. These are incredible biological machines that we carry around with us. We sometimes forget their magic. So just take a few moments here to acknowledge, wow, this body is incredible. And the breath might feel a little bit labored and back bending. So if your breath feels labored, it's okay. Just start to slow down the inhale, slow down the exhale. Let's hold two more breaths. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. And then after that last exhale, take your hands and let's support the head. Bring your hands to the sides of your head behind your ears and slowly start to lift your head up off that back block using your hands to kind of support. So once you're there, your chin is looking down to the chest, you're looking towards your toes. You can bring your hands to the floor, press into your hands, and slowly lift up off that second block. Ooh! All right, we're ready to give out some love today. Let's do some forward folding to release the back. So you can just move the Ben and Jerry's, fluff your tail feathers out a little bit out the way, flex the feet forward, and then maybe bring your hands to your toes or your shins or your ankles, whatever you can find, and fold forward. I'll give you another option here to place the block on your shins so you can let your forehead come to the block. And remember, your block has levels, so you can make that block as tall as you need to let your head rest. Good. And settle in. Let the back muscles completely soften so that you don't feel tension there anymore. You're not pulling with your hands. You're just holding your feet or your ankles, or you can even plant your hands on the floor. Relax the shoulders. Draw in through lower belly. The legs are engaged a little bit, so the knees are straight. There's really no bend in the knees, but they're not, forcefully pressing down. They're just long. And the feet are together. The toes are kind of pointing back towards your face. More than a forward fold, this is a back release. One more inhale. Relax all those back muscles that we were just working a moment ago. Let them soften. Exhale. And then inhale, slowly lift the head. You can move the block if you were using it. Extend the spine, walk in. Thank you. All right, and then slowly come forward. Bring your butt down and just lay down all the way onto the back. Once you're down on your back, bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a nice sacrum massage. So we're rolling side to side, front and back. Maybe making a U shape with the knees or making big circles. Up to you how you move into this posture. And slowly inhale, hug the knees into the body. Maybe wrap your arms around the legs like a tight, tight little seed. Forehead towards the knees. Squeeze yourself tight. Pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Steady breathing. Exhale, release the head down. And we're going to finish with one more twist. So feet down on the floor. You can separate your feet about as wide as your mat. Open your arms out and then let both knees fold to the left. Once the knees go as far as they'll go, take your left foot on top of your right thigh and give it a little extra weight so that that right hip really feels the stretch. And then you can gaze to the right or you can look up to the ceiling. Your arms can be a T or a cactus. Settle in here, feel whatever rises up without judgment. Deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. And maybe that right knee comes down and actually touches the floor. If it does, then continue to work on getting the left knee to one day touch down to the floor. It's just letting gravity pull you down and not fighting against it. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. The end of the exhale, release that left foot off the thigh, take your gaze back to the center, and then slowly bring your knees back up. You can use your arms too to help bring your knees back up, support your body. Okay, let's do the other side. Both knees to the right. Once you've gone as far as you can go, so really kind of just let gravity pull you first, then take right foot on top of left thigh and give yourself a little extra weight as you look to the left, and then you can have your cactus arms or T arms, whatever feels good. You want that inner left knee to one day touch the floor, and when it does, then we want the right knee to one day touch the floor. And this is not just because of how the posture looks, but because once those knees touch the floor, now you're supported by the mat. So now you're in a complete supported posture, and you don't have to worry about the muscles holding you up. So let gravity do its thing. Don't fight against it. Be here a few more breaths. And slowly as we exhale again, let's release the right foot off. Bring the knees back to center. And we'll finish up with a nice happy baby. Bringing the knees into the chest. Open the knees wide. Hands inside the legs. Grab a hold of the pinky toe sides of the feet. Inhale, lift the heels. And rock side to side or front to back. Use your arms to create a little bit of pull, drawing the knees towards the earth on either sides of your body. Once you feel good, maybe find some stillness or continue to rock if that's a little bit better for you today. Deepen the inhale. Slow down the exhale. Deepen the inhale. Slow down the exhale. And slowly release the heels down. Release the feet to the floor and make your way to Shavasana. Let your arms down by your sides, palms facing up, legs relaxed. We'll turn off the light so you guys can enjoy your Shavasana in darkness. And the Shavasana pose, or corpse pose, is about complete surrender and letting go. We get to release all the muscles that we worked throughout our practice so that they can relax and soften. By these, they release lactic acid that's built up during our work, helping us recover quickly, avoiding muscle soreness, so we can practice again tomorrow. Shavasana, more than for our physical bodies, it's also for our emotional body, our senses, our mental health. There's no need to always be in a constant movement. Finding stillness, settling in, focusing, connecting with observation of the body. That is part of our yoga practice as well. So as we continue to breathe steadily here in our Shavasana, we let go of all things that no longer serve us. Things that may have served us well in the past. Maybe a perspective or way of thinking that served us very well last week, last year, a decade ago. But now it no longer does. You don't have to name it or even understand it, but you can ask for your body to release it with the next exhale breath. Making room for your higher self, for a new perspective, a new way of thinking. A paradigm shift, if you will. And as all the muscles soften onto your mat, onto the earth below you, feel that connection. We think of ourselves as separate. And there's that deep connection that we have to each other, to the earth, to nature, to all living beings on this planet, sharing the same experience with different lenses. As we begin to exhale, we'll start to draw a little bit of awareness to the fingers and toes. Maybe begin to wiggle the toes and the fingers, the hands and the feet, the wrists and the ankles. Maybe bend the knees, bend the elbows, laying one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And here in this constructive resting pose, as we let the knees fall in towards each other, supporting themselves with each other. We'll do one more breathing exercise here before we finish our practice. So just take a moment to inhale and maybe count
how many counts, how many seconds it takes for you to inhale. And then pause at the top of the inhale, and then count how many seconds it takes you to exhale. So if that count was equal, say 5 to 5 or 6 to 6, then continue to breathe in that way. If it was unequal, see if you can make it equal by matching the breath to the lower number. So if the inhale was 5, then try to make the exhale 5. And continue to breathe like that, counting the length of the inhale, counting the length of the exhale, equalizing the breath. In this constructive resting posture, as we equalize the breath, we're feeling the heartbeat underneath one hand and the abdomen inflating and deflating underneath the other. Again, draw in that gratitude as you continue to equalize your breath. The incredible muscle that is your heart, always beating. You don't have to ask it to, you don't have to think about it, it just does. The incredible system that is your digestive system, processing your food, giving you the nutrients you need to stay strong and healthy. Equalize your breath. One more inhale. And exhale. And we'll begin to roll over onto our side. It doesn't matter if it's the left or the right side, just pick a side. Your bottom arm can serve as a pillow, and I invite you to remain with your eyes closed. Keeping that same attention inward, that same inner focus, the same equal breath, even though we're not counting anymore. See if you can keep it in the same stable, equal pace. And then inhaling, pressing into that top arm, lengthening the top leg away for balance as you make your way to seated. Keep your head down, chin towards the chest. And make your way to a comfortable seated position. The legs can be out in front of you or in cross-legged. Bring your hands down to your lap or onto your knees. And then once you're upright, gently lift the chin and stack your head up above your shoulders. Coming back to where we started, full circle, our practice has come. Notice what has stayed the same, what has changed. We'll seal all the benefits of our practice for ourselves, for our families, for our neighbors, for complete strangers near us or around the world. All people of all colors, shapes, sizes, creeds, religions. We're all brothers and sisters experiencing this life. And draw the palms together at the center of the heart, symbolizing again that union of body, mind, and spirit. We'll exhale love out into the world, into our society. We'll inhale gratitude. Namaste.
Namaste.